Alright, off to the graveyard. That's a cool effect when there's many small things around. They were enjoying working on that show so much until just yesterday. Well, what are you gonna do? That one guy was already dead, right? I mean, yes, I guess, but they didn't seem that different from the living. The Bible teaches us that the death of flesh is transition, that our journey in Christ's love continues. But if they're disappearing the way they do, they call it a rapture, but are they really going to their judgment, do you think? To seek to be raptured for the sake of that strange person. I can't help but fear it isn't any kind of salvation at all. You're so wound up. That's what they want, isn't it? Leave them to it. Look, I hated being poor. I left my village to make my own way, and have, mostly. People who want problems solved for them? Leave them. Well, granted, guys like Juan, too. I don't think I can dismiss all of this so easily. I'm going to try to get more sleep. I botched that sentence a wee bit, but the meaning was the same. That Tachibana girl, she's so serious, but kind, don't you think? That young lady in red too, she's far less formal now, but I think she's still kind at heart. So much has been happening, but I can't wait to see the village grow anew. Yes. Is that Guide? Is that why we know this scene? Oh yeah, because I guess we don't necessarily know scenes that what's her name's always around, but we are playing as Guide, so I guess Guide is here and goes wherever he wants. Oh, at last. What? Order. At last, I behold your face. Wait, please let us be together a bit longer. Please, I can't. Nothing remains for me here on God's earth. Let the will of the saints be with me as I hasten to the door of the 1,000-year kingdom. Yes. Dear! Wait, please, I'll come too! Oh, that transition didn't even give her time to vanish. What? Sounds like something's happened. Is something going on? Miss Tachibana, Juan is... well, he'd like to see you at the Ando house immediately. Guess I'll go to the Ando house. Nowhere else to go. Not like I have any other plans. With all the dead dying. No. Oh, now she's dead too. She's not colored though, so I guess that's still like a dead body. It seems the husband of this family was taken by the saint, and the wife followed. Oh, now both her eyes are slightly closed. What? Why? She didn't have to die now, did she? Please, don't ask me. Kirstu will hold the funeral mass. Endo's body will be buried, but she'll persist here as one of the dead. She'll probably depart her body tonight and continue existing as she was. No, but... in the word of Christ, suicide is... those who commit suicide here persist and wait for the saint, like anyone else. Even the living choosing death. Well, she did seem pretty upset, and I mean, if that's kind of all she has as her husband, then why not in this strange place? So, keep a constant eye on the villagers. Yes. I could care less if the dead start disappearing, but the living? All this effort to revitalize the village, all our attempts to modernize will be in vain. Seems we need to rid ourselves of the saint. That's going to be a difficult thing to do, perhaps. Hey, did you hear about the Andos? Yeah, suicide. That's a bit much, isn't it? But when will the saint come next? Are we all going to have to wait until then? My wife took her life too. Maybe I should... Waiting? Dying? Have any of you ever tried living for once? You're gonna die someday, one way or another. So what's the damn hurry? Why not try living? Eku. Look, outside this village, you cork it, that's it. You're done. Getting a longer lease on life if you die here sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. Wait, what? If you die outside, you're done. The saint doesn't come for you? If the saint stopped coming to the village, would we remain dead forever? No, think about it. You wouldn't even be one of the dead, you'd just be gone. Hey, should we really change the village? What if all this stains us somehow? Death as the end? That can't... What do we do? Oh, dear saint, save us! Save us! Oh yeah, they're taking off. Run away in various directions. What the... that didn't go like I thought. I'm getting a little heated over here. Side Street, is that a new place? I think it is. Did Juan order you to do this? Yes, he told me to keep an eye on everyone else. Make sure nobody did anything foolish. Aren't you, worried like everyone else is? I am, for sure. I've never known Juan to be wrong, though, so... Sure, he's your boss, right? It's not just that. Juan has done a good job running the village recently. Still, I do wonder what the chief thinks of all this. Wait, the village chief? I've wondered, is Juan's father still alive? No, he's one of the dead, but he's still in the house. He keeps to his bed, though. I see. I had no idea. Juan never said anything. So he was hiding it. Well, if you're willing to interpret, let's go interrogate the old geezer. But there's still backstreet things to happen. On the way there, let's sit on a bench. Outside the village. Psst, psst, psst. Oh no, rumors are spreading about how death actually works. Psst, psst. You don't become dead. Hey, you. For crying. What is this? Are these people really so dependent on this one idea of what happens when they die? They're just scared. What we take for granted outside the village is alien to them. The living want to die. The dead want to, I don't know, vanish? That's the work of a damn witch, not a saint. Nobody needs that. They ought to get rid of her. That might be what's needed. Alright, now let's interrogate that old geezer, as she said. 1 for Daddy, 2 for Mommy, 3 for the crane. Ah! Oh, it's going straight in the water. Let's make no effort to stop it. Oh, here, let me go get it. Not a good idea, miss. That cave's a maze as twisty as a snake. Nobody's managed to find the river's end in there. Those who go too deep don't come back. Aw, that ball's important. Don't let it bother you, kiddo. Hey, you want to fish? Fishing's great. Would you like a bun? Thanks. I bet heaven has a lot of really bouncy balls, huh? Yes, I bet it does. Also, I noticed that this game has VR support. So would one actually be able to move around and change perspective in this world? That would probably make some people feel real sick. I'd love to experience it though. I just don't think she had to kill herself. Yes, yes. I know they were very close, but... Yes, yes. Hey, let's go already. Okay. Thank you for listening as always, and thank you for the buns. I'll come again tomorrow. If he's dead, are the buns dead? How is he giving me buns? Yes, yes. Does Eku just see like a bun appear from an invisible pocket? Or does she not see a bun at all? That's messing with my brain a wee bit. Okay, so earlier you mentioned something about Sanguis Gruis being written here, right? Oh yes, the bit of Latin written on the statue. Oh, we almost got it down, Blouse. Oh, too bad. But, Eku, you weren't here for that. Details. Hey, can I see your journal for a sec? Well, okay, here. Something's been bugging me. Both the Crane Wife and the Saint are described as arriving during similar famines. The Crane Wife left her skull as the Crane Stone, and no visitor ever leaves the village. So Crane's blood. Ah, crap. We need to go talk to the chief right now before Juan finds us. What? It sounds like she's really on to something. I'm excited to know more about that. Eku, it's not really okay to trespass. We have way bigger concerns right now. Find the chief. I don't... Yeah! A corpse? No corpse am I. To you, wanderers from afar, I say, I am the head of Daisu village. So you're, nice to meet you. Why do you, have a towel on your face? Ah, it is my funerary shroud that shocks you, of course. My flesh and blood see not to the eyes, so in accordance with the law of the outside, he holds above all. I have draped myself as the corpse the world says I must be, and I await the coming of the day of judgment. What? Let me guess, the village chief is right here. So, if you can hear me, Chief, what's the deal with the Crane Stone and the Saint? What's Juan hiding? Juan suffers the iniquity of his father, the calf he sees on our altar. This is why he seeks the world so. Is the coming of the Saint a blessing or a curse? If this be your question, no judgment do I have for you. I can now only entrust myself to the flow of the river of the village's fate. What exactly are you doing? Miss Tachibana, it seems you've fallen under the sway of our thief. I'm not a thief. Juan, these are my guests. Bring tea. I wasn't speaking to you. Juan, these are my guests. Bring tea. Juan, your father's speaking to you. He and I will speak later. Wait, Juan, or Juan, your father's right here, and you can't see or hear him, can you? Oh, he doesn't believe. let's talk elsewhere. I always get nervous around my father, even though well, precisely because I can't see him. Well, he said to bring tea, so could you get some tea? As you've likely guessed, I do not hold to the village faith. Father and I have never seen eye to eye. But there's more to it than that. This village has a history of shame. Oh, we're getting a little... This is new, this is unique. 1 year long ago, a Christian girl fleeing the pogroms came to this village. I don't know what a pogrom is. That same year, a terrible famine struck the village. The girl shared the food she had with everyone. The thankful villagers began to venerate her, calling her a messenger of God, a distinguished guest. But of course, the food the girl brought ran out, and the village once again began to starve. The villagers, usually so kind, found themselves in ever more dire straits. Eventually, rumor began to circulate that the girl was no messenger, but a servant of the devil. The villagers, pushed to the utmost edge of desperation, committed a terrible crime. The girl was killed, and once again helped alleviate the famine. They ate her. Is that it for the little puppet show? Oh, I thought that would go on a little longer. That was fun. Oh my. Well, they sure are right about nobody leaving the village. As you may guess, this tragedy relates to the worship of the saint. We should continue this at the church, with Kuroso present. As it happened, the village chief at the time fell in love with the girl, and went to see her often. Unable to hold back the madness of his fellows, however, he simply watched her be eaten. And the next autumn, the villagers began to feel guilty about what had befallen the girl. Some turned to our pre-Christian legends, speaking of her as an avatar of the crane. Some others kept believing she was a messenger of God, who willingly gave of her flesh for their sake. And that was the beginning of our peculiar faith, wasn't it, Kuroso? I never imagined this would be the truth behind the legends I collected. The village chief of that time used the newfound faith to control the village. The Christian faith of this village thus transformed into a new, different religion. Only the Daisu family knows the truth. I myself heard it from Juan. So let me guess, you guys really don't know where the crane stone hairpin is, do you? The thing you speak of refers to her blood-stained bones. There's a story about him turning one such bone into a hairpin as a keepsake, but there's no such thing in my family. I swear it's true. Useless. There is still much I don't understand myself. However, as the one charged with guiding this village, I want to save it. In order for us to escape this absurd illusion, I have to modernize us. I want to banish this saint from the village. I should have done it at the start. Miss Tachibana, Kuroso, and you, since you're about, I suppose. I'd like your help in this. I mean, no definitive answer. Maybe we'll continue this at the lodge. Or I'm just expected to sleep on it. So, put all together, this means the girl who got eaten is coming to the village as the saint? But why the hell would she want to save these people then? Because maybe she wants to thank them for worshipping her? Maybe... Bah. If I were her, I could give two rats' butts about being worshipped, thanks. Isn't that the bun-making man? Wait, no. Where are you going this late? Ah! The girl who came here to help the village long ago, right? Then why are you doing this? Do you really send the dead to heaven this way? Don't know. Hmm? Some saint, huh? Stop, please. I still have so much to talk to him about. He's told me so much about Daiusu, and please, just let... Oh. No, sir. Oh. Glory to Deus. Glory to the Holy Bird. Salvation for we poor lambs. Delicious. Is she eating them? Well, I didn't really feel like talking during that, because that seemed like a pretty strong moment. We had his little fun music video, I guess. I wasn't expecting something like that to happen. Or it didn't look like that, it was just interesting, I guess. And now we're sitting at this screen for quite a while. Peoples pray, your roles are changed, I live this unending dream. Fate turns out, and the people of the feast, their innocent children, will fuel me. Deeper and deeper, grasp now, children towards this vessel, waiting to be filled. Alright, so after that little music video, they just sort of stayed on that screen. And I looked furiously online as to what I may have done wrong. But this game has been covered so little that I don't really know. There's this handy autosave though. Why don't we go to the lodge? Will the game continue properly now? Okay, no, this is just the scene from before. I'm gonna go ahead and skip all this and see if something changes.